So we have created our first Angular project, and now we are gonna create what I've shown in the first slide. So before we get into that, I'm gonna just say, like, I'm not gonna in explain what are these. I mean, what does these do? But for now, I'll just say what is needed. Okay. So in this app folder, if you see, there are 13 files. So like Angular works in component. Okay. So there are a chunk-wise component, and it renders one by one. And one component is the entire component is like and a single component consists of an HTML file and then CSS or SCSS file, and this is spec.ts for prediction purposes, and this is component.ts. So these are the basic things. So we are just gonna work on HTML, SCSS, and TS. So these are three, four files are bounded into one component, and that's called one folder called component. Okay. So these 3 and 4 are interlinked by Angular itself. Okay. So before we get into that, let's make this page. I don't like to switch it again onto the web. We can do that, but we can do one more thing, that is we can create a tab. So for that you need to do Ctrl+Shift+P, and over here, I'm going to copy this link first. Okay, then Ctrl+Shift+P, then from here you choose the simple browser, show, and paste the link over here. Okay, and after pasting, if you see, there is a split screen option, so click on that and it will open a split screen. Just drag it over there. So now if you see, we no need to switch tabs, we can simultaneously see what is happening. Okay, so for that, now we are gonna clear all this. For now we are not gonna get into details on this, we are gonna go step by step. Okay, so first clear this entire thing, and if you do Ctrl+S, you will see that this browser will be reloaded on its own. We don't need to do anything, and it's blank since we have removed everything from the HTML file. Okay, and now I'm just gonna give a simple background color. For that, we can use there is a simple tag. Okay, so that's a simple tag, style. We have to go to style background. I want to Aquamarine. Okay, so for some weird reason, I'm gonna import the tag, then over there write style background color Aquamarine. Okay, so then I'm gonna write, I want it to be min height, had to be 100 ph. Okay, the full screen, want that to be fancy. If you see, now our entire screen is filled with this background. Okay, now I want to display an image inside this. Okay, so for that, what I'll do is I'll call an image tag inside this div. So image source, if you see, so if you see in the folder, I have already inside the add thing, below the source folder, inside the source folder, you will be able to see assets. So over there you can download any PNG files or any other files that you want to use in your project. So I have already downloaded two images to use in our project. Okay, so we have to give the file. So in the source, what we have to give, we want to import the images, right? And from where we want to import, that is what we have to give over here. So we have to import the images from the sources inside, the compiler stats. It's inside this source thing. So we can give // Now it has come from source to it has come over here. Okay, so from here we want to go into the assets. So I'm going to choose assets, and from assets, when it is blank, I'm going to choose the course GIF. Okay, and again I'm gonna want the other image as well to be displayed. Okay, we are gonna do that dynamically later, but for now statically importing the images. Okay, Control S. So if you do Control S, like since the image height is too much, so it has filled the entire page, that's why our another image is in the next, like it seems to be on the, like, you know, it has different width and height. So we will work on that later, so don't worry. Okay, so for now we have this both. Okay, so now what I want is I want to import an I want a button or an icon which I click, then you know it should be like a transition between day and night, and it should give us a feel that whenever the lights are on, it's morning, and the lights through the coast come. So I want to create that effect. So okay, we will import an icon over here. For that, I'm gonna use Google Fonts. Okay, Google Fonts and Google Icons. So if you go and see Google Icons, material icons and symbols, so if you go over here, we can import the icons and fonts that Google has provided. Okay, one that light feel. So it gives us the effect like when the lights are on, it's like morning, and the lights go on, it's like ghost time. Okay? So we are gonna go here, and I want this thing. Okay, so I want this icon. To import this icon, we cannot just copy this and paste it in our code. This won't work, because if you see, they have given a link and they have specified this icons will work only if you paste this into the head tag of your project. Okay, so if you see, this is not our the main HTML tag. So if you remember your school days, it's like the HTML file used to have, you know, like head and body tag. So if you're thinking like what happened to all these, that's the main file, right? So if you see index.html under the, so if you go over here, index.html, so see, there's a head tag, body tag. Okay, so inside that they mentioned like we have to paste the link inside the head tag, only then we can use the icon. So I've just pasted the link from here, from this link, and I've pasted over here. Okay, and then like we have to do Control S. Okay, so this is specified from here, import these icons. Okay, just that. It's not gonna make any changes in our pages. It just happens in the back. Okay, so let's close this file. Now we can import this icon, any icon you want. Okay, you can use any other, you can choose any other icon whichever you like, and you can do any transition, but I'm gonna use this one. I like this one. So copy this tag and paste it over here. Okay, see, if you feel you're just copy pasting everything and not teaching, I'm not teaching you anything, it's not like that. But for me, for me it's like whenever we learn first stuff, like, you know, for anything for first time, so some stuff should happen, right? Like it should work, then only then it gives us a feeling that we are doing something. So for in the start, I'm just gonna say you like how we can do an experiment, so later you can experiment on your own and get to know what the tag does. And okay, and then I don't want these this pawns, so I'm just not gonna copy this code and paste it over here. If you wanted, you can do that, but I don't want that. I just want that icon to be inside it. Okay, so if you copy that and paste it over here and do Control S, let's wait. So see, it has come. Like I wanted to use star. I want this over Control X. I want this even before this. Okay. Or else I can do one thing. Can create tags separate for this and these both inside them. See, now it has come on the top. Okay? Yeah. Now what we can do, like whenever I hover, if you see, if I hover over this icon, it's changed into like a view cursor. I wanted to change into a clickable event, so that's when the user will know it's something clickable. So for that, what we can do inside the style tag, which we have mentioned over here, go over here, we are gonna write our own class function. You have to do the dot if you have to specify your own custom class. So you can give any name. I'm going to give this. So I want the cursor to be pointer. Okay, so it's like the pointer. So again, if you save this, you won't be able to see still yet, because you have to call the style function in this class wherever you have. This is where from the icon is coming from. If you see, this is place where the icon is coming. Okay, this icon is being rendered over here. So in this class, you have to mention the name. Okay, so this is cursor pointer, and now if you save it on the hover, you will be able to see. You will be able to see that it's changed into an hand icon. Okay. Now what I want is whenever I click on this icon, the color should change. Okay, now I'm clicking, nothing is happening. I want this color to change it to yellow. Okay, so for that we need teeth. We cannot do this such things. HTML is just for look and feel. It's not for any such things. So what we can do, like Angular had already binded this app.html component, like app.component.scss and css, they all are binded into one. So we will go and this. Okay, so app.notspec.ts, you have to go into the app.component.ts. Okay, so click. So you will be able to see something like that. Now I want let's say the bulk. Okay, so bulk equals to, in the start it's black, right? So I'm just gonna write black. Okay, and then I'm gonna create a function like toggle. Okay, we create a function named toggle, and then whenever this function is called, the variable name should be like, the variable should change into yellow. Okay, so whenever we have to call a variable that is defined outside of this class, we have to specify this as this dot. Okay, so even if we have to call the title, so this dot title we have to mention. So since we have to call the bulb, we just cannot, if we just write bulb, the compiler will not know what is bulb, where it is defined. Okay, so you have to use any variable outside of this class of this function. You have to write it as this dot. Okay, so this dot bulb. So if this dot bulb, I want this, if it is black, then it has to change to yellow. If it is yellow, then it has to change. So this dot bulb. So yeah, you see this statement means this dot bulb will be equal to this dot bulb, and this is checking. If it is black, then change it to red, and if it is red, change it to red. So I don't want it to be red, I want that to be yellow. So whenever this function is called, it has nothing to do with this icon, or whenever or wherever this function is called, the value of this bulb will be updated. Okay, so save this and come back to our HTML file. Okay, so you have to call the function over here, right? So when we want this function, on click event, right? So we are going to specify that. Okay, so click. You don't want this, I don't like, on your screen to open. So the click event I'm gonna call toggle function, which we have written in the list, like apt component.txt file. Okay? So even now, like the value might change, but still that won't be updated. Like if you do anything, it's not gonna change. Okay? So what we have to do is we have to bind the color of this icon with that variable. For that, we have to write it in like the style. See, whenever we have to bind it dynamically, we have to put the style in a square bracket. If we are just writing, we can if we have to set static stuff, we can just do it. But we don't want it static, right? So what I want to add is the color. Okay, the color of this icon, right? That is what we want to change. So we have to specify style.color. Okay. So here I'm gonna write style.color with this dot bulb, right? This dot bulb value. What does this mean is style.the_color will be the color what the variable this dot bulb has. So whenever we click, it will change from yellow to black, black to yellow. Okay. So now let's save and let's see the match. Yeah, see? Are you able to see? Oh, this is too neonish. Let me change the color a bit. Yes, this would be fine. I don't like too much neon stuff. Yeah, so if you click now, see? Now it seems pleasant. So if you click now the icon color has changed into yellow and black. You can play with this. Whenever I do such things, I keep on playing. Okay. So now what I want, so whenever this icon is clicked, I want this image. I don't want this. Like if it is morning, this image has to be there, and if it is night, this image has to be there. So what we are gonna do is we are gonna create one more variable over here. We are gonna create animation, and equals to true. So we are gonna set the value to true. So again we can do the similar stuff. So this again we are referring it outside of this function. So we are gonna do this dot animation. What this statement means is this dot animation. Whatever, if it is true, the value not this dot animation means. If it is true, the value will change into false, and if it is false, the value will change into true. Okay. See, saving this doesn't mean now we have binded it. The compiler won't know what's going on in our brain, right? So we have to make some changes over here as well. So I will specify, I'll bind this images, and I'll bind the visibility with this animation. Okay. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to call the ngF the condition this dot animation. So whatever value this dot animation holds, it will put over here, and if it is ngF will get the value accordingly, and then can I change this accordingly? Control C, and again Control V, and see, if we keep the same thing, that's not gonna work, right? We want this image in default I have kept it false, true. So when it is false, this image should come, right? So I'm gonna do not. So whenever this dot animation becomes false and not of this is true, so this image will get rendered. Okay. So if you do Control S, and now if you see unclick, the values are being changed. Now what's the, so from top 50%, and from left as well 50%. See, from top and left as well. See, even if you do this is not gonna work. So what you have to do is,
See, it's coming something in a way like your place. So what we can do is transform, translate. I want it to be middle, right? So I'm just gonna do 50, 50, okay? Let's say and see if this has to work. See, yeah, perfect. So yeah, perfectly done. See, now it's perfectly done. It's totally working. So congratulations, you have created your first page with some functionality in it. See you in the class. Thank you.